Hello guys, I'm Eddie. Before the podcast starts, I have two quick things to uh, say here. First of all, the my audio in this podcast is pretty horrible. You're just going to have to bear with it. That's how we recorded it, and so yeah, I just sound like some extraterrestrial being or something. But anyway, the second thing is that during the beginning of the podcast, we just had to make sure that there is no confusion. During the beginning of this podcast, Alex talks about his character in the big one being a hitman. He's actually talking about a movie that we announced later in the podcast. So no, his character in the big one isn't a hitman, or he might as well be. You don't know anything about the big one, so yeah, his character might as well be a hitman, or it might not. But yeah, thank you, and please go ahead and listen or watch. Just listen, probably. Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Eddie Cole, and welcome to Foxway Podcast. Joined today by Alex Kaufmann.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
uh, so, Hi Alex, do you want to, before we actually get into any of the topics, introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. My name is Alex Kaufman, as you have said before, and I've been in Foxway Studios for about uh, how long have I been actually? I'm not 100% certain. I think it's like around 8 years ish, something along those lines. Started first at NFCW, or as it was at that time called TWE. I think that was like my first step into Foxway Studios, really,
Mm.
and Tony was fairly impressed at my skills. I remember that he was fairly impressed at my skills, and he was like, "No, yeah, that's cool, that's cool." And
Mm.
then he was like starting saying that, oh, we are doing like these movie projects too, like you want to be in them too. And I'm like, sure, I can do it. And well, yeah, ever since then it's like, yeah, I've been just doing them and getting better at acting and choreography and stuff like that ever since, really. I'm still not the greatest, no, but like I do feel like that I am improving every year.
Mm.
And as is everybody else, I think. Everybody else is improving constantly, and I think like that's like one of the best things about our little thing, really.
Mm.
Like you can like definitely like see that, yeah, okay, he's getting better, he's getting better, he's getting better, and it's like fun.
Yeah.
But more about myself, I suppose, not relating to Foxway Studios. I I've been learning photography for 3 years.
That's
Uh,
actually one
uh,
of the subjects I listed here, but yeah, go on.
oh, well, we're gonna touch on that then. Okay, when it comes
Yeah.
up, we can touch on that then.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Uh, and I'm also a artist by trade, really. Like more of a hobbyist artist, really, more than anything else. Like I always had a interest in the arts in general. Like not just like drawing and whatever, but movies and games and music and all sorts of things. And I've tried dabbling in all of those, but not to a great success. But drawing is like something that is like something that I think I'm the most talented at. And then acting is, well, I just think it's fun. Like acting is just fun, especially like if you're doing it with friends. It's just a lot of goddamn fun, really.
Yeah, it is. Well, yeah, that was a really good introduction. I couldn't have said it better myself. So, well, we can probably get into the topics then.
Sure. Okay. Hit me.
Now, we are, as I said also in the last episode, we are going to be talking about the big one. as we
Yeah.
menacingly call it.
Hmm.
So, anything to say before I have a couple of like smaller topics about the big one here listed. Anything you want to say about the big one before we uh because
Well, nothing much, because I feel like that it's like walking on eggshells, really. Like, you don't really
mm,
want to say anything, but all I will say is that everyone's role in it is interesting.
mm,
Like, I don't think that the big one will have any weak characters per se.
yes
Like no character is throwaway, in my
mm.
opinion. From what
uh
I've yeah, so that's what I'm gonna say, including me actually. I
yeah,
like my
that
character.
brings us to Tony has given us the permission to talk about your character. You of course can't reveal his name or anything, but you can talk about your character just like I did in the last episode. But you can talk about him if you want to.
Well, what is there to say really? Like, he is a well, a supposedly a former hitman, uh, and he is he gets into trouble. Probably his past catching up to him or whatever. Nothing is really 100% certain, even for me either. Like we have filmed like I'd say most of the movie already, but it's like we have not really read a script, because the script is really in Tony's head, and I don't really know like what he like wants with the
Mm,
story necessarily. I'm not just 100% certain,
mm,
but like I just know the generalities of it all,
mm,
and of course, but what is certain, like with every film, the main character is a badass mofo, of course, who like fucking kills anybody at like just with a snap of a finger, really. So I mean that's to be expected, really. Like, honestly, at
mm,
this point, but not necessarily. There we do have projects which don't have that, but this project that is coming out is certainly one of those.
mm.
It's certainly a very entertaining action flick, I assure you.
Yeah, before this podcast, Tony told me that he would consider you as one of the co-producers of the film. You've been with us for many of the filming sessions. There have been like a couple. I can't really. I won't say how much we've exactly. I actually think Tony said in the last episode that we've filmed around 20% of the film, and you you've been with all of those sessions, haven't you?
Yes, yes, yes.
Uh,
I've been really like with the film and some other projects as well, but not as much, I would say. But
mm,
like a consultant, really. Like Tony has the big picture, but when it comes to smaller details, others do say suggestions and like, hey, what about we do this, and what about we do that?
mm,
Um, which is like it's we do have like we have been started doing like some like actual schedules, like when to film and
mm,
whatever, but when we are actually filming, we are still fairly flexible and organic when it comes to like what the film will be like.
mm,
Like not just me, like I've been like a sort of a co-producer in this film, yes, which uh yeah.
mm.
So what yeah, so what else I'm sorry, my wording is
No, you're doing fine. So I don't know about the big one. I actually remember one thing. You wrote us cast members. I think it was you who wrote a pretty good summary of the story. right? Was it you?
Yeah, yes. I wrote a synopsis, and Tony does refer to it, has referred to it. I don't know if he does it really anymore because
Yeah, well, usually we use
I
just the script, but yeah, it's a
yeah,
pretty
of
good
course,
summary
it's
of
like
it.
a
But
but yeah, like but the synopsis that I've done, it's just condenses the plot and the scenes of it, so that Tony can refer to it, and it's like, oh, okay, so this is what we gotta do. This is what we gotta do, and blah 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 blah. And I
mm,
also did it uh just so that I can see that if the plot has any hiccups, so that you can kind of tell that, that is the pacing of the movie good.
mm,
You can see, like, it's like, oh, okay, like, so that is this scene too long, like, uh how long of a break is it between actions, and like like tense moments and whatnot.
mm,
So it's good to do that. And of course, Tony has sent that to me, and he didn't really ask me to do it necessarily. He just said that, hey, if you see anything like wrong with this, or it's like if this needs improving or some changes or whatnot, just throw me throw it me my way. And
yeah,
I thought that doing a synopsis would be like a good way to really see what the plot is about, what the story is about, and like getting the plot to its bare essentials helps give new perspective on things. I think it's
yeah,
just good to do that.
and see the plot more clearly as just mm, on its real prime state. And the script is of course very long, but that's just a good
It
consensus
is.
of
It's
it.
our longest.
Yeah,
It is our easily our longest script. I actually don't remember. Did Tony mention like how long it? I think he
yeah,
did mention in the last
yeah.
episode.
He didn't mention it, and he didn't want to mention it. But I think I said that End of the Line script was 20 pages, and it's longer than that. So, yeah,
It is. It absolutely is.
yeah. Uh, but yeah, the big one. We already.
I'm honestly so hyped for that. Like
Mm,
it's it is going to be our magnum opus. Like it just feels like it.
yeah.
You just have that gut feeling. It's like, oh yeah, this is the one. This is the
Mm.
one.
Yeah, it's we already hyped it a lot with Tony in the last episode, but
Yeah, it doesn't need any more hype. Okay,
mm,
it doesn't need any more than it already has. Okay. Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
yeah, there were a lot of other topics here. Uh, One thing that I've wanted to talk about with you exactly, I could have also talked about it with Tony, but you exactly uh, are kind of a part of this. So you've heard and well, yeah, you've heard about the Lift Awards and the
Yeah.
possible or actually the confirmed nomination you have gotten for the supporting actor of the year from the role of Rolf Schultz. Uh,
Hmm.
Anything you want to say about that? Well, that nominee or either the role itself.
Well, I actually haven't seen the other nominees, so I don't know who I'm up against, but I bet they're better than me anyway. But seriously though, I'm very humbled. Honestly, like I'm very humbled that I'm actually like getting nominated for some award of some kind. It's very well. I can't really say anything more. That it's humbling. I thought that the role was fun to do, but it's of course always when you look at something in retrospect, it's like, oh, I could have done that better. I could have done something better. Blah blah.
I
But it's all
the
every time. It's that. But but it's very important to just say that. Well, at that time, I did my best, and
mm,
next time I will do better. It's just as simple as that. It's important to remember.
Mm.
It's not, you don't always remember that, but you have to try. You have to try.
The yeah, I absolutely also think that you at least deserve a nominee for that role, and that I wanted to ask also, how did you exactly prepare for that? Because, well, first of all, there's of course the German accent, and could you do such a convincing accent before that role, or did you actually practice for it?
I actually practiced it a little bit, yes. Uh, Mainly listening to German speaking English. Like that's just, I think that just listening to somebody from Germany speaking English, just the best of their abilities, is I think very good because I wanted the sound to be at least as convincing as I could do it, so that it's not just over the top German.
Mm,
Like it will be. I mean, it would have actually worked fine in the movie because it is still like a homage to 60s spy movies, which were cheesy and silly and campy. So it would have worked fine, but I felt like that. I'm just gonna do like a somewhat conservative accent, so that well, first of all, so that you can actually understand what I'm saying, but also just hearing that, okay, yeah, the guy's probably from Germany still, like, yeah, yeah, yeah. So mainly just I practice that.
mm.
I listen to some German speaking English and then just saying it out loud back to the best of my abilities.
Yeah. Anything else did you prepare to that role with anything? Was there anything else?
Well, I came to the role with the understanding that, okay, this guy is a loud, not brash necessarily, but a fascist really, who likes to speak loud and kind of sound like that he likes the sound of his own voice. So
Mm,
with that assumption, I pretty much came to that role.
mm.
So I didn't really do that much preparing in the grand scheme of things.
That's amazing. Really, it's such a convincing role that wow.
Well, I'm glad. That's the goal, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It definitely is. But yeah. Uh, also, I think. Well, I'm not sure. Have we gotten any other nominations on the Leaf Awards? But Fourth Line itself would definitely be like worthy of an award itself.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's
At least for excuse me, for our projects,
yeah.
it definitely is. Like it's definitely this year's best, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I I gotta see that. I think it's either that one or Rainmaker. I also really like Rainmaker, but yeah,
Rainmaker
I
was, yeah. Rainmaker was pretty good. Yeah.
yeah, either one really, but I don't know if we have gotten any other nominations. I just know about that supporting actor one. But yeah.
Have you
Uh,
seen? Sorry for
yeah.
longing there.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, but still, I actually did do my own nominations for our projects on our
Yeah, I saw that.
WhatsApp. Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, that's just my opinion, of course.
Mm.
I wish that that other people would have done so, but hey, it's
Oh,
it's fine. Not
I
everybody has the time like I do. But
maybe I can actually announce that I'm probably going to make a video for my for like Foxway's nominees, like to the extra channel, like
mm,
after the year has ended.
yeah, yeah. I mean, my list is outdated anyway. It doesn't have Evan Roscoe in it, and it does not have Nightfall in it,
And No
which
Man's
came out
Land. No Man's Land was really.
Oh yeah, of course, No Man's Land. How could I forget? Yes. But yeah, so it is already like outdated. So I
Mm,
probably have to do the same if I want to do it. I don't know. Maybe I mean, if enough people ask me to do it, then sure, I'll do it.
mm. Yeah. Anything else about the award or roles also? We still have a couple of topics, so.
I don't know much. I don't know much about it really. Like I probably have to like ask Tony about it.
Mm,
Uh,
yeah.
so yeah.
Okay. Now, we actually have one movie that Tony has given our blessing to his blessing to us to announce, and you have the starring role on that movie. Now,
Oh yeah. I actually I mentioned it earlier in this podcast anyway.
mm,
We were actually still talking about the big one, but I
mm,
thought we were talking about this one. So
oh,
oops. Oops.
but
Sorry everybody.
do you want to announce it again?
Yes, the Master of Death.
Yeah.
And what I said earlier. So yeah, so basically, yeah, I'm in the starring role, yes, and I am a former hitman who is a badass motherfucker. Well, actually, a current hitman. I'm not 100% certain, actually. He again hasn't really gave many details about it. He just wanted the movie to be like, okay, this is just some badass guy doing badass shit. Like that's the movie, really, which is fine, really. Like that's like one of our talents, really. So of course we're just gonna do that. But anywho, um, yeah, the Master of Death. I'm a former hitman. I get into deep trouble, and I just gotta climb out.
Mm. Yeah, it was kind of
Uh,
stranged out there in the beginning. I thought that wait, hold on, your character in the big one isn't a hitman. I
yeah, yeah, yeah. Again, I'm sorry for the
no,
confusion.
it's fine. No,
I always
they
change the subject, but now it's all cleared out. Hopefully.
yes, yeah, it is. So no, his character in the big one isn't a
Oh,
hitman.
it's not. It's not that. It's not that.
Yeah. Uh, but we were was it a couple of days ago? Or was it actually yesterday when we were recording?
Ah, oh
w- it was
shucks.
like
It
two
was Sunday,
days ago.
wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, I think so.
Yesterday, yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think it, I think it was yesterday or the the or no the day before yesterday,
yeah.
somewhere along those.
Yeah, it was the day before yesterday when we
Yeah, actually, yeah,
recorded
it
a
was.
small part of Master of Death, or I don't know if it's a small part necessarily, but uh,
Oh, you're talking about your part?
no, no, I mean well, Master of Death itself, like the whole movie,
Mm, mm,
a small
mm, mm,
part of
mm,
that.
mm. Yes.
Mm, but yeah, yeah. Well, I also have a small part in that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Mm, but yeah, I don't really know if there probably isn't anything else to announce about Master of Death. I it's going to be a fun movie, and I don't think we can say for certain anything about its release, but it's probably going to be somewhere in spring, maybe sometime in spring.
No, no, something along those lines. Like
Yeah.
it. I think that most of it is done. Like filming part is like yeah. So,
Mm,
but of course, editing and whatnot, and just the release schedule that Tony likes to keep. Yeah, I think that yeah, a good estimate would be like around spring.
yeah. It was actually the whole. movie just came up like very fastly, and Tony actually
Mm,
said that he just thought about it when he woke up, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do this."
yeah, yeah.
or
Yeah,
or
that's
uh,
why. Yeah, that's why he didn't really give too many details, I suppose,
mm,
because it was just like, yeah, okay, this is an idea that I had, and this sounds like something that I want to do, and yeah, I said, yeah, of
mm.
course, let's do this.
Does it even have a script? Uh, uh,
No, yeah, as I said earlier, no, it doesn't. It's all in Tony's head.
yeah.
So if you want to see the script, you have to open his skull and like peek in there and see like what's up.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that about Master of Death. Now this topic, I guess this was kind of just something I need to fill in some space. There are still, after this topic, there's still one more to go through, but I and Tony also wanted to hear something about the club, and about what direction that whole thing is going. So, first off, can you, well, I don't know, talk something about the club, perhaps about your character, and then we can get into what I actually had in mind about this whole.
Okay, well, what can I really say about Club? Because the movie speaks for itself,
Mm.
I'd say. And if you want to know more about my character, just watch the film.
Yeah.
You'll see everything. You'll see everything you need over there.
Mm. But the thing that I wanted to talk about now, our second most recent video, I think it is. Yeah, is the club a French Christmas, which is, well, it's a spin-off of the club. It features
Yes.
Nathan Tarver's character, who is
Mm.
Sebastian Lamar. Now, so yeah, that spin-off was released a week ago, and so what do you think? Is there some possibility for perhaps a sequel or another spin-off of maybe some other character? Because I think
Well,
there is definitely some potential for those characters.
mm. Oh yes, yes. There absolutely is. Well, I mean, yeah. I would say that it is in the cards, of course. It's because I feel like that the club was a celebration film for Foxway Studios more than anything else.
Yeah.
And like seeing the main inspiration for it, the Expendables, it's very like, it's just a celebratory action film that's just, again, badass guys doing badass shit. It's just, well, yeah. And of course it would be awesome to see like some more spin-offs like that, so some like little offshoot things, yeah, of course, and maybe even a sequel. I mean, who knows, maybe that would also be very cool and awesome.
Yeah, I thought it would be cool to maybe have like at least some of the characters have something just like Sebastian Lamar or Nathan Tarver had, just these short little spin-offs, just something
Mm.
to add to their character.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, like these little shorts just to like flesh out their characters.
Mm.
It would be, yeah, yeah. And it would also like kind of enforce the idea that these guys are hired guns, and well, they are going on a lot of missions, and of course showing at least some of those other missions would be cool.
Mm. Yeah, I really want to see a movie about that stuck in the wind incident. That would be fun.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that can go on YouTube then. Then I'm not sure about that.
Yeah. uh, yeah, but I don't know. The club maybe we'll see more of the club in the future. Who knows?
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, definitely. Uh, so yeah, as I said in the beginning when you were going off to talk about your camera, well, camera work before uh, or
when I
during
when
studies. I mean, what I don't know. Educate me, please.
about like my education
Yes,
on photography and such.
yes,
Well,
yes. That's what I meant.
yes, yes, yes. Well, I graduated in 2018. I think it was 2018. I suppose. I was then I was 20, no, it's not 20. No, what am I saying? It's like I think it's like 2017 or 18. Look, time goes by fast. I don't really remember when, but I do. But it was like somewhere around that time. I learned photography. I learned uh, photo manipulation, like using Photoshop and such, and I learned uh, filming and editing and all sorts of things. Really, like it was a pretty like open field where I learned really. Like it was like it was you learned media in general really. So like my official title now would be media assistant. I think it's now media assistant. I don't know. Maybe there's like some other term that has just come up like maybe a couple of weeks ago. And it's like, oh, the media assistant. It's a obscure, it's a obsolete term now. And it's like okay, well, sure, fine. But the main thing is that I mainly learned photography there, not necessarily um, by my choice. It was kind of because for different fields there were different slots, and I wanted to do something else. I think it was like I think it was yeah, it was like filming and video editing and such, but I couldn't get there, so I was stuck with photography, and I was like, well, sure, okay, fine, I guess I'll do this. But well, I mean, I did it, and with the best scores, isn't that the right term? Best scores or
Yeah,
something? Grades, grades. It's
yeah,
best grades.
great.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, so I guess it's fine then. So I am like pretty good at photography, I would say.
Mhm.
And well, photo editing is also something that I'm okay at and whatnot.
Mhm.
Kind of everything visual. I've also dabbled in some video editing, but you don't really see that content much. Like, I honestly kind of want to make my own YouTube videos, but it's like I don't really have the equipment or money to get that equipment to do such things, even though I wanna. But then it's also the question, like, what do I want to do? It's like,
Mhm.
what do I want to do? So in that sense, I'm kind of just well, that's why I'm kind of the main cinematographer uh, or the camera guy for Foxway Studios.
Mhm.
Whenever Tony is not on camera, it's either me or Cyrus. So you know, but
Yeah, usually.
mainly it's me. Mainly it's me behind the camera. So yeah.
Yeah, and well, yeah, your education really shows when talking about your cinematography on Foxway Studios. It's
Yeah, I discuss it with Tony all the time. Whenever we do, it's like yeah, it's mainly us discussing it really.
mhm.
And well, yeah. I mean, actually, Tony is learning like filming at the moment,
Yeah,
like at a school and whatever. And it has shown really, like he has shown a lot more like professional knowledge, I would say.
yeah, he has improved a lot during that time.
Yeah, and
Honestly,
it absolutely shows.
mm,
Actually, when did he start? I don't remember.
like 1.5 years ago, I think. Was it
Something along those.
like not last year, but the year before that? I think.
I think it was yeah, and ever since then, like you can kind of see the filming quality. It has like improved. Like you can kind of tell like the editing and it's just like the picture quality and whatnot. Like it just like jumps in quality.
Mm,
I don't really know if there is like a great tipping point for such things. It's I think it's more of a gradual increase.
yeah, yeah, it's definitely more gradual, I think. mm, well, I don't know. I kind of ran out of topics, but I can think of something from the top of my head. For example, your latest role was in Jackstone Classified Nightfall. You were
Yes.
the bad guy in that movie. Want to
Mm-hmm.
say anything about that, or the recording of the whole movie or episode, I guess. Yeah.
Well, it was certainly, I suppose the resources for that were limited. It was just mainly us two doing it,
Mm,
doing that. So me and Tony. And well, with what we got, I think that it looked really nice, I think. The environments looked great and the color grading was interesting and cool. I did like the way it looked, definitely. And my role in it was well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I pulled it off. I don't really want to say anything because I think that I want to leave that to others to think like what they think about the role in that because I'm not 100% certain. But I just my voice was more nasally than I remember. Like it was more what's the right word for it? Well, I
do
mean nasally is kind of just the way it is.
do
Like
do you mean
I
the
remember
accent you had in
yeah, I pulled off. I did a Texan accent. I actually don't know who came up with it. If it was me or Tony, I think it was me who suggested that. Hey, maybe this character will have like a Texan accent or whatnot, a country accent.
mm,
And well, yeah, and then I did it. It could have been better, I suppose. I should have listened to more people talking in that accent, maybe. But you know, the time was kind of limited, and you know, it's just something that was kind of on top of the head. And well, it was an entertaining role for sure, for sure.
mm. Uh
And I hope that it was entertaining for you to watch as well.
yeah,
Like
it
I
was
hope.
definitely interesting, and it kind of uh stopped on a cliffhanger of sorts, I guess. But I don't know, can it really be considered a cliffhanger? But it ended on a pretty intense moment, and I think that will have some sort of continuity to that ending.
Oh, absolutely yes, absolutely yes.
Yeah.
I bet. Like it would be pretty crazy to just stop there.
Well, yeah.
Like really good and interesting. It's like, ah, okay. I guess we're not gonna do anything. Okay.
uh. Oh yeah. I don't know. Well, one thing I could maybe we could shortly talk about is the you mentioned before how you had made your nominations for the this year's best well your nominations for the whole Foxway Studios films to the Live Awards. I'm currently looking at them. They are here on our WhatsApp group. The
What's the newest one of those 10 projects? There's 10 projects.
yeah, I think it's Rainmaker because its best teaser slash trailer is uh,
Yes.
your nomination for Rainmaker.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's
What
the
do you want
newest
to?
one.
Yeah. So what do you want to discuss about that?
I don't know. I just do you have it somewhere open or do I can
I
I?
have it. Yeah, I have it open here, and I do have like a bigger document on like where I grade like the cinematography and the sound and everything. Like it's a detailed document,
Oh,
point by point. But I don't think I have it here unless I have it on my Google Docs. Let me check real quick. I think
yep.
I do, but certain. Uh, no, I think it's just on my computer.
Yep.
Okay, but I'm on laptop and I don't think it's here. So, well, well, but hey, do you agree with like
Uh,
with the
Best picture, fourth line. Yep, sure. Or Rainmaker in my case. Best actor, actor Tony Cole. Best supporting actor, Thomas Sanford. For what role do you think he deserved that one?
I don't know if there's like any certain role, but
Mm,
whenever there is like a supporting role, Thomas just does it well. Like he's
mm,
a convincing actor, and his delivery is always like great to see, and I like how he portrays characters, even minor ones. Like it's great.
yeah. Well, honestly, in my opinion, the real for this year best supporting actor would be you for the fourth line there. But I know you really can't put your own name there. But
Yeah, I don't want to be an asshole or anything, but I don't really. But of course, I don't really. I don't know if I really agree with it because yeah. But hey, if but again, like these things are decided democratically, so
mm,
it's not like one guy's opinion is all that matters,
mm.
really.
Then best series Taxstone classified. Well, I don't think we have any other series as
We
this.
don't have any other series, so
Mm.
that's why it's the best one.
Best teaser slash trailer, George Whitebrook Rainmaker. Yeah, well, I think we released two trailers this year. I think the other one was the club trailer. Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
there's not too much to. Well,
trailer's like oh, I don't know if I want to say it's a throwaway award, but it's just like yeah, it's just something
mm.
yeah.
But these I'm kind of confused by best original score, George Whitebrook, the fourth line. Does that mean like the soundtrack itself? Because that is not an original score which
Yeah,
we used in
well,
that one.
that's kind of yeah. It's
Just the best
it's
soundtrack.
it's kind of because which ones do have an original score? So it's
Yeah,
like
we have one movie which or one episode I guess which uses only a original soundtrack this year. Bound by Blood has only original
well, I
songs.
suppose then I will have to nominate that. But I was like in the kind of in the assumption that okay, well it's just like
Mm,
score. But yeah, I guess original score. If we have to like take it as it is,
mm.
which it probably is, then yeah, then I will have to nominate Bound by Blood. So yeah,
Uh,
that was a goof on my part.
yeah. Then best cinematography, George Whitebrook, the fourth line. Actually, now that we have some new movies that have come up here, I would change that to No Man's Land, probably.
Well, that is an interesting case. Yes. No Man's Land does have some great cinematography. It definitely the style is a little different from what we usually have, I suppose. Like
Mm,
it's not as like it doesn't cut as much, and it's not as like there's way more long shots, and way
yeah.
more long steady shots, I suppose.
Mm,
Yeah, but I do kind of, but I'm not even then. I am not really sure because I just remember the fourth line just has some shots that just look really good,
mm.
just looks really nice.
Yeah, well, I'd personally say No Man's Land and then fourth line very, very close there. So, yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I
And
can
uh,
see that.
and
Yeah.
also the club is pretty well done in that department too. But
Yeah. The club. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd say so too.
it could probably be the third one or Rainmaker. Rainmaker was also pretty good on that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Striker and pretty much all of our
Just say all
cinematography
of
is pretty
it.
pretty good. Yeah.
But by the way, like Striker is like like when I rewatched it for this list, it was actually better than I remembered it
Yeah,
being.
it's actually probably our most underrated movie of the year. It's
Easily. Like on my top 10 list here, it's number 2. Like it was that good.
mm,
It was just really goddamn cool and fun and great.
mm,
And I do wish that there would be some continuation coming to the Striker saga. I hope.
yeah. Yeah, actually, we announced that in the last episode, so you can talk about that freely.
Did you? Oh, I must have slipped my mind then. Oops.
Yeah,
Well,
uh, yeah, we announced the. Yeah, we actually said the name. Striker Betrayal is going to be the next movie.
yes, yes.
Then, well, best director were Tony Cole. Uh,
Yeah.
best screenplay, Running Blind. Yeah, Running Blind was actually a. It's also kind of underrated, I guess. Uh,
Yeah, I really liked the script in it. Like
mm,
it was very reserved and minimalistic, but it kind of worked in its favor really. Like it did like bring nice amount of tension to the plot with minimal dialogue.
yeah.
So and the dialogue that was there was nice, quick, snappy, and what it needed to be.
Mm,
And that's kind of what I loved about it, really. Like I think that's why I think it was like the best screenplay of all of them.
uh,
Not not
yeah.
not but not like a insane amount or anything, but I just thought that it was just like the most, I suppose, memorable.
Yeah, it's probably our most original movie this year. Maybe like because well, our style is mostly just action and well, I
Comedy.
guess that kind is kind of well, it's a bit different, I guess.
It's
It's
it's more thriller.
yeah, yeah,
It's definitely
definitely.
way more thriller than
Mm,
some other projects
yeah,
that have come out this year.
yeah, I'd agree with that. Mm, then well, uh, best effects
Visual
George
effect.
Whitebrook, The Fault Line. Well,
Yes, yes.
that I actually talked about that big with Tony, and he himself said that he doesn't agree with that big, simply for the reason
Oh.
that the fourth lines, well, the effects are usually very well, well, they're 60s. I mean, uh,
Mm,
and of course, although those can also be cool, they probably, for example, I would say that the club and No Man's Land, for example, would have better uh, v VFX.
well, again, No Man's Land is not on this list,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
That yeah.
difficult. But well, yeah. I mean, I suppose, yeah, I can see that, and I think that I might change that
Mm,
for sure. Yes. But I don't know. I just kind of like the visual effects. I suppose the style. I think that's probably why.
mm,
Uh, of fourth line than the club, but I did really like the
yeah,
club's like visual effects and whatnot. Like they are good.
yeah.
They work.
I can kind of see also the attraction to like the 60s effects. I guess that were used in the fourth line. I mean,
Yeah, and and also the effects that were used and whatnot. Like they didn't really like stick out or like a sore thumb or anything. Like they
mm,
just look like nice and natural, and it just has a very cool look.
yeah. Well, then I don't know. We've actually been. This is almost an hour. I think has been. It's
Okay, not as long as the last episode, but it
nah,
doesn't have to be. It's
yeah.
not a race.
Well, when we were making the episode with Tony, we were like thinking, well, maybe if we could stretch it to half an hour, then we'll be okay. But yeah,
Uh,
both of these episodes
oh,
have been much longer than that.
oh, I see, I see.
So yeah, we're fine. But yeah, do you have anything? Oh yeah, of course. Do you have anything to promote here? this is free promotion zone. Advertise anything.
Sure. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Uh, probably don't subscribe to my YouTube. There's not much there. There's not a lot there.
How can I
Um.
find your Instagram or Twitter? I
Uh.
know, but the viewers don't.
Well, I mean, on Instagram, it's just Ax Iguana, AX, and then Iguana, all of course, combined because it's goddamn Instagram. Uh, and on Twitter, my handle is Ax Iguana. Also, everything just like in one go, so no spaces, no dashes, nothing. It's just Ax Iguana, AX.
Mm.
And YouTube is pretty much the same thing. I actually don't remember if I had a dash in my name or not. I actually don't
Mm,
remember.
hold on.
I had a dash in my name. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
So yeah, but you can probably find it on like Foxway extras. Like there's like a channel tab where you can
Yeah.
check. So
There's
you can find it.
there's the most major channels of the members of Foxway.
Yes, yes.
But yeah, if you don't have anything else, then I think we can cut it here. So
Yeah, I suppose. Well, here's to a hopefully a better next year. By the way,
yeah.
like has been a ride and a half.
Mm. But yeah, thank you for watching this episode, and thank you, Alex, and goodbye.